We always like to share a little bit of news about what's going on in the dog world. And, probably I think some of our next podcasts, we're going to focus on just the plight of dogs and what's happening. And we have touched on that. And actually, at the end of this podcast, it's something that we're going to start doing every week. I will be, talking about dogs in our local shelters, giving out the A numbers, their animal ID numbers, and information about how you can contact that local shelter. I think personally for me, I was thinking about it this morning. I've been a little remiss, and there are so many amazing dogs right now that need homes. I mean, statistically, I think we lose, I don't know exactly, but millions of dogs and cats are killed every year in the country. And we have thousands and thousands and thousands of dogs that are sitting in our local shelters here in Southern California. And yes, it was brought to my attention. I was tagged in a post. A woman in California was driving home and she happened to see on the side of the freeway there were 7 puppies that had been dumped, just like running kind of up and down the freeway in a brush area. And God bless this woman. She did stop and she grabbed the dogs and she took them in. And, now she's looking for people to help her, medical expenses. I mean, that's another thing. Like this dog, Samson, that was here last night, he's got the typical stuff that happens when dogs come out of shelters, a little bit of kennel cough, a little bit of, stuff in the poop. But, when rescues take on dogs, it's not just, oh, take the dog. And I've shared this before. There's a lot that goes into taking that dog. So the fact that people, and it's been going on for a while, but that people are just dumping dogs, leaving them in parks, tying them to trees. The thought of dumping puppies on the side of a freeway, most people, it's shocking. And it's still shocking to me. And I've been doing this work for a long time, but it's also something that I'm just like, yep, this is what's happening. And so, again, when that kind of thing happens and people reach out for help, we do need long-term fosters. We need people to donate for medical because all those puppies have to get spayed and neutered. They always, they have to get their first round of vaccines, things like that. So I can't stress enough. And I also, and I won't go into great detail, but I met a young woman about a month ago at my local vet. I was helping a dog that had been hit by a car, not one of our dogs, but I was connected to a family that saw a dog hit by a car. And he actually, a female, she wound up doing great. She's okay. But I met this young girl there that had purchased a puppy off of Craigslist. And I met the puppy briefly, very, very sick. He had parvo. And she, of course, didn't know, paid $700 for this dog. And my rescue paid for the first round of treatment for parvo, but he was so sick that it was, I mean, he needed to go into hospitalization. And at the low end for a puppy with parvo, you're talking at least $5,000 to start. And it's a
Mm.
lot of money and it's not a guarantee. And they went to some different vets and they're an amazing family. And I'm very grateful that I connected with them. But they wound up euthanizing the puppy's name was Snoop. And they wound up, I think they had him for 48 hours. But we had all the information. And what I did was I told this young woman, I said, listen, and I'm kind of a bulldog when it comes to stuff like this. That's why like rescue really does wear you out because the stuff that you see and then God just just puts people in my life sometimes, but I told this young girl I said, "You have a responsibility now to follow up and let, this county know what's going on." And so she did, and she was amazing, and we presented all this evidence, the Craigslist ad, pictures of Snoop, pictures of the other puppies, um, vet records, euthanasia record, and I followed up every day. I've shared this, well, Yuki, I shared the story with you to the point of just sheer frustration because there's only so much that county can do, unfortunately. But it's just one of those things like, talking about what's going on. There are so many dogs in need. And then what happens with, backyard breeders and people selling dogs to people that just don't know. And what I was able to do with this young girl, I mean, she was probably in her 20s. I say young girl, but I was able to educate her also. I just said, hey, there are so many dogs, like any type of dog that you're looking for. I just saw another post and now I'm rambling. There was a whole bunch of golden doodles that were being bred in a backyard. I think there were like 20 or 30 of them living in crates. And people will spend thousands of dollars on these dogs. So it was a God shot to meet her. She stood up for what she knew she needed to do at that point. County's aware. They went out several times. My fear is that I think probably the other puppies passed away in the backyard but this guy is on their radar. And
Wow.
it's something that we just, as rescuers and people that are exposed to what's happening in our society with animals, it's like once you see something, we all have a responsibility. Whether you're in rescue, you adopt, you foster, if you see something happening with an animal that's neglectful, abusive, I know people that have seen people throw dogs out of cars. A friend of mine actually, she adopted a Pyrenees. A friend of hers saw somebody dumping two Pyrenees on the side of the 405 freeway, and she wound up adopting one of the dogs. So we all sometimes, we have the ability to make a difference, is what I'm saying. But we all may see something at some point, and so don't be afraid to stand up. Don't be afraid, because I've always said this, since I got into rescue, like, animals do not have a voice. And that's why it is so exhausting, because sometimes the stuff you see, you're just like, oh my gosh. But you keep fighting and fighting and pushing and pushing. And we can't save them all, but we can save dogs like Ace, and we can save some of them, and we can stand up for them. And I think that's the most important thing. So,
It would take a toll on anyone, especially a rescue person, to have to address this situation of how this happens and why it happens. And it's just a terrible thing. That's why this podcast today dedicated to adoption. It's so important that if you can adopt, please do so, and from a shelter and not a breeder,
yeah,
especially a breeder that's doing it illegally, like in their backyard.
that's right.
So please adopt from the shelter if you can. And the last couple times I was with the shelter with Jessica, it seemed like the odds are that for every two that get adopted, three get turned in that same day. So it's a losing proposition. So we need to change those odds, definitely. Spay and neuter all your cats and dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure, adoption is probably one of the best ways to improve the shelter's dogs' lives.
Absolutely. And as you can see, we don't quite let go of our adopters. We invite them over for holidays, and we go to their home, and they come to the foster house. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of ways to make a difference.